You're listening to an Awkward Human podcast on the 5x5 network. If you want to find out more about this show and all the other cool stuff that we do, visit awkwardhuman.com. Hello and welcome to the Awkward Human Survival Guide. This week we're talking about
Darren's memory,
advice for aging,
and Christian K-pop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to the episode. I'm Adam Dotchis.
I'm Erica Elson. Apparently, we're talking like robots today.
Now that we're talking like,
Hello, my future girlfriend. This is what I sound like. I am 11 years old, in the 6th grade, in New Mexico. Please PM me if I'm on Yahoo Chat. Bye. Thanks for stopping by.
That sounds like
bye.
a robot,
Thanks for stopping by.
Anyways, who else is here?
You all know
Hi,
what
Richard.
that is.
Hi. Ooh.
Hi, Sam.
Hello.
You guys all know Sam.
Oh, yeah.
She was
Hey,
on the
Sam.
show like a month ago.
It's Sam DeSurra.
She's getting in on the robot action.
Yes, I was on. Thank you for having me back. I appreciate it.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
being
We're-
back.
Oh my God, of course.
We did it. We actually invited someone back in a reasonable amount of time.
Is that on? Is that one on?
What went? Oh, yeah.
Okay,
No,
great.
you're doing it for the camera. We're all on the screen right now.
Okay, great,
It
great.
rotates once we get into things, but I like to start it off because people can see down there. It says where to submit questions to the show.
Oh, I'm like, damn.
Yeah. So we start with that. Sometimes I just want to get us all on the thing, but otherwise, most of the time I'm lazy. If I'm really lazy, I forget to turn on the carousel, so it's roaming around. But I didn't. Well, I haven't forgotten yet.
What's that face for?
So sometimes you're not on screen, but sometimes you are. So I'll just be like, "Hey, look, do it now, because
Okay,
the camera
gotcha.
missed you."
I'm sure everyone's enjoying this behind-the-scenes tour of the show, but we do have some awkward stuff to talk about.
Yes, but just
Do
to
we?
clarify, they pick up sensors, like when you.
Oh,
No.
what?
Oh, never mind. Who cares?
No, it's not Google Hangouts. I wish. I've been trying to figure out how to get that to go in here, so it's
Okay.
like it automatically just goes with the sound. But then it would
Okay.
just be like with the way we talk. So
Gotcha.
Oh, I think it's your turn to talk, Sam, because you have an awkward story to share with us.
Oh yes. So in honor of 420 that just passed,
we're
I
talking
have
about
a.
drugs today.
I'm just going to quick story about my time with my friends at Disneyland. 3 of us. It was one of their birthdays, and we all had the brilliant idea. We were probably the only people in the world to ever have this idea to take an edible at Disneyland.
What kind was it? Was it chocolate?
It was a little
lemonade?
chocolate brownie.
A little chocolate.
It was like a little
traditional.
round one.
Okay.
Very traditional.
Mhm.
It wasn't mine. It was
Of
my
all
friend's.
the chocolate marijuana brownies I've tasted,
Yeah,
ew,
I know
they're
it was
so bad.
Yeah, it was bad.
Darren's chocolate brownies, because he claims they're amazing.
Aren't they Andes?
Well, yeah, but I mean the ones he eats.
Well, I mean, he did get his pot from T.J. Miller,
Yeah.
and
Allegedly.
No,
Oh, okay. We're playing that game.
no, I was there.
Okay. You
wait,
met TJ Miller?
No,
Did he yell at you?
why did I think
I
I was
thought
there?
he
I was
was
just thinking, I was
not
like,
there.
I was there. I was like, wait, no, I wasn't there.
I thought
And when
he
they
was-
did the turkey ball thing, the video for Vice, I was like, what? I think I had been hearing about it so much, I just felt like I was there, and I was definitely not there.
You do tell a lot of people stories as if you were there when you weren't.
Well, sometimes I believe it apparently, but when I think about it, I remember. It's not like I'm there and then it didn't happen. I hope. But
Anyways, so
Yeah.
apparently there are good pot brownies out there, but I haven't
Yeah.
had one either.
I was around the vicinity when it happened. Sorry, you have a story.
No, T.J. Miller was arrested though recently, wasn't he?
Yeah, for like calling in a bomb threat on
Yeah.
the train for some woman he didn't like when he was drunk. So
What's wrong with T.J. Miller?
Everything. I think he just really enjoys fame and like
Yeah.
people paying attention to him. I think he's that kind of person.
I have no idea, but he does apparently know his drugs.
Well, speaking of,
TJ Miller or drugs?
Yeah.
so we all went to Disneyland, and it was her birthday. She's wearing this big Disneyland pin. You know, they give that to you. And the girl whose brownie it was she's more seasoned. She's more of a pro, so she ate half of it.
Oh,
and then
that's a lot.
the girl whose birthday it was very susceptible because she doesn't really do it a lot or whatever. And whatever. So we each took a quarter, and the birthday girl was like, "No, I can take more." Because I don't feel it, but you know that it hits you after like 45 minutes. So she took a little more. And then we went on. We were just completing our day. It all hit us on Pirates of the Caribbean. And
that's a good place.
yeah, and it was like really relaxing.
But it's also like
oh, it's nice.
some of those pirates are just like really weird looking.
Yeah.
So you get one wrong look and the whole day changes for you.
I know. Just triggered. Triggers everywhere.
Right.
Yes.
But if you're ever in the back of the boat, blowjobs.
Yeah.
you know how to do Disneyland, right?
Right. Yeah.
Is that what you were doing when we were on Pirates?
I was in the front. I wasn't in the back.
Oh, okay.
Who's
I
in the
mean,
back?
we were in the front.
Well, yeah, but I thought you meant maybe like in the back of our particular thing.
No,
Okay.
No,
just in
That-
no
general.
one thought that.
Can't be comfortable
That was-
because boats are hitting you.
Right.
Well, no, not at
How do you
the
have the back of one seat?
like go down the waterfall
I don't think you thought that through.
No, I
Erica.
didn't.
and immediately
Start.
blowjob because then there's no boat right behind you because there's a waterfall.
Smart.
I know.
If you do it right in your
So-
mouth.
Okay,
You guys-
so after that, we we're kind of heading over towards Splash Mountain, right? That sounds about we go across. Okay, so we're heading over to Splash Mountain,
Okay.
and then it. Go ahead.
No, I was just transitioning from cum to pot again.
Oh yeah, sorry.
A little.
There was no
lot
easy
of-
transition.
Yeah. I just lost myself there.
Okay.
Don't worry about me.
Okay. So we're heading over to Splash Mountain, and we like sit down there because she doesn't want to. She can't wait in line because she's having a bad trip. She probably looked at one of those animatronics real crazy. So we were just
creepy.
I know. So we're just sitting down waiting, and we're like, you know what? Maybe we should just go. She starts walking. You guys. She's like walking like. So like she looks like she's grieving or in pain. Like she's like has her hand up here and she's just like and she's like walking so slow. And my other friend is holding her like, helping, like she's an old woman and she's like and I don't want to get kicked out of Disneyland. I don't want to get kicked out because you can't do that at Disneyland, right?
Right.
Like they'll kick you out. And so I was like, maybe we should just get her a wheelchair and just roll her the F out of here. Just get her on a wheelchair and just roll her the F out of here because she's going too slow. So I'm telling my friend, I'm like, hey, we should just move her faster. Should I get a wheelchair? She's like, just hold on. She's getting really upset with me. And so I don't know what to do because so I'm standing in front of them while they're walking and I'm just looking like, everything's fine. Because people are asking her, are you okay? Is she okay? Like women, moms are coming up to her and being like, is she okay? She doesn't look well. Is she okay?
Remember when that guy had a seizure at Disneyland?
Yeah, that was so weird.
No one did that.
No. Well, we all thought it was an act because he was dressed in like Disneyland clothes.
Well, we did for a minute, and then we realized we wasn't responding.
But for
so
a
then I
good
ran to
30
get a doctor or
seconds,
whatever.
everyone was like, no one noticed anything. And we were like, that's a weird thing he's doing. And then he's like on the floor seizing. And we're like, I don't think this is an act.
Yeah.
But yeah, no one
It
around
didn't seem
us
like
really.
It looked like he fell, like.
But
for
you guys
real.
didn't do anything either, so.
No, I ran and got somebody.
You did.
Oh, okay.
Erica stayed and made sure he was okay, and then I went and
Did you
got,
put his head in your lap?
No, I think so. I think as
We
you
didn't know
were
what to
running
do.
over, someone who worked at Disneyland came and like held him. Because someone who was working at the ride saw, like, when we were like, oh, something's wrong, they were like, oh yeah, that's not right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
we didn't
seizures don't kill people, it's the fall.
Yeah, and we didn't.
Oh,
we
well, he
didn't-
fell before we knew anything was
Oh,
wrong.
okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I saw him going down, but I didn't know what was happening, and
He was making really weird
it would
expressions.
have been really hard to catch
So
him.
it
anyway.
was like he was trying to do something silly, and suddenly he was on the ground, and we're like, oh, that was weird.
It was like his face was digitally contorting.
Who was with him? No one was with him?
No, he was an employee.
Yeah, but we read
he was
up on
wearing a suit, like
what
a
to do
Disneyland suit.
about seizures if it happens again, but I don't remember any of it.
Oh.
But we did try to learn.
Yeah, you're supposed to kind of like hold the person,
Mhm.
because apparently they can feel that even though they're having a seizure.
Okay.
I
Do
could
you
be
have to
wrong.
take their tongue out of
actually.
their mouth or something?
I don't know. They could possibly bite down on it. I know
thought they
that.
could choke on their tongue.
The
And that
camera's
was the danger.
focusing on the back of Richard's head again.
Oh, I'm sorry. Should I move?
That probably is good. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
I'm
so
gonna
did
see
you
what
make it out of
happens.
Disneyland?
We did. And we got there at 8 a.m. We left at 2 or 3.
Oh.
That's so early.
I know, so early to leave, but we just had to get her out of there.
Where did you go? Did you drive home?
Oh,
we had to drive home in the afternoon. Yes.
Okay, that's not
so.
Wow, you stayed there a long time.
Yeah, it took us about 45 minutes to an hour to get from Splash Mountain out of the park because that's how slow she's walking. We took like a 30-minute break at Tarzan's treehouse.
Oh.
When you were previewing the story, I thought you guys just got so high you couldn't figure out where to go.
No.
Because when my wallet got lost, I guess I left
It was
at
lost. It wasn't stolen.
Yeah, no, I wanted to say stolen. And I was like, but that wasn't what happened. Apparently, I'm very confused today. But anyway, I left it at a restaurant or something, and then fortunately, someone turned it in. We got it in Lost and Found. But when I was trying to get back to the restaurant, I was on Google Maps, and they have the whole thing mapped out in Disneyland. But I kept going in circles because I couldn't figure out like where the turns were supposed to be. I mean, this is normal for me, but it's just like I was like, that is a confusing park to get out of. I can't imagine being like super baked and trying to escape.
Well, birthday girl was real baked, and then other girl was like being so compassionate, and I was just I don't want to. I want to be able to go back to Disneyland one day. So I'm just trying to act like.
Can you get banned?
I
for
think
being
you
high?
can't. Maybe I think if they catch you, like they can probably. I don't know. I was just paranoid.
Yeah,
so
I don't want to go on rides high, so I'm not worried about that for me.
Yeah.
The problem with edibles is you just don't know what kind of marijuana you're getting in there because there's so many different kinds and edibles. It's like try and find out what happens. I don't know why they don't say what's in it. Like, what are they?
It was a weird package too. It's just like in plastic with a little sticker of where it came from. No ingredients, no nothing. I was like, I'll eat it.
Was it from a company or did someone make it?
I think it's from a company. Maybe it came in like a package, but I don't know. We thought we were going to have fun and it just turned into like the worst. And it was like a few years ago, so.
Have you been back since?
I have been back since to like make new memories.
Okay.
Right.
Had to make some new memories. Okay.
I was at a water park this summer and someone that I was there with was like, oh yeah, my edibles just kicked in. This will be a fun slide. And we were going on like a super scary, like one of those tube slides where you're like on your back and it's dark. And I was like, I would freak the fuck out if I was high and I was going something like that. And he was like, oh no, it's fine. It's just like chill and like relaxing. And I was like, but we're not doing something relaxing. Like we're going like 60 miles an hour in our swimsuits down the slide. So I don't know. Like for each their own, I guess.
Oh my God. I would die. But yeah. No, and water parks are kind of awkward. Are they a little awkward?
Yeah. Especially
I
that
like
one that
water
was
slides.
actually
though.
killing people on the water slides.
That's awkward.
Yeah, that was weird. So.
But yeah, we got out of Disneyland, went home, and then she was really sorry. And it's like, we're just like, don't forget about it. Don't talk about it. Don't ever talk about it again.
This is the one day a year you can ruin it for everyone.
Yeah, it's her birthday.
But she also ruined her own birthday
Yeah.
for herself.
And that's really the thing she has to be sorry about.
Right.
But that's, for her to do. So it's all good.
But that was it. And then 420 came this year. And
no celebrating
no.
of the holiday?
No.
Oh, okay.
My cousin had a movie screening.
Oh,
what cool.
movie?
We didn't see it.
It's called Silicon Beach, and he screened it at the Landmark in uptown Minneapolis.
Oh, cool.
Yes, it's like the Vista here. I guess that doesn't help a lot of people listening or watching, but it's one of those like old historic theaters that's
very decorative.
Yes.
In Minneapolis?
Yeah.
So you were just there on Friday?
No, we didn't go.
I want to see the movie, but I was like, I missed the screen. I tried to figure out how to go when he was at a film festival out here a couple of months ago or a month ago, something like that. And they're like, oh, just go to the festival. I'm like, that was how I'm supposed to get the tickets or whatever. And I'm like, no, I figured that much out. Like, where do I go? How do I get the tickets? Maybe like a way to get a discount or something. I mean, like I don't know how the whole thing worked or whatever. But he kept posting on Instagram, so I was like, how do I do it? So I never got any information. I got a text message from his mom.
Karen Walker.
No, she's not Karen Walker.
She super is.
She's maybe a little, but not in.
My second interaction with her, she kept talking about alcohol. So.
What's your first interaction with her?
We just had brunch.
Karen loves other things than alcohol, though. So. like she voted for Trump.
Mm-hmm. She did. Not the aunt.
Fictionally. Yeah, not my aunt.
What?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, well, you're just not.
Didn't you have
get-
some story about drugs, Richard?
Yeah, well, we're gonna.
Oh, just that I've never
I've
never been high that I'm
in the
aware
middle of
of.
something.
It's totally unrelated. You're just talking about how difficult it was to get tickets to your cousin's movie screening.
Yeah, I want to bitch about it for a second.
What does that have to do with drugs, though?
Well, I'm not gonna stop in the middle of a story.
Well, you're not. We know that.
Well, I already started it, so I'm gonna finish it. But that got it off topic, though. Whatever.
I just want to
happened here.
say that I'm proud of the fact that I'm not the one who was like, okay, Adam.
Okay.
With the stories.
Anyway, my cousin, he had I couldn't get any information about the screening. I get a message from his mother, on the day of it, like, we're at the screening. I'm like, thanks. So I never got to see it. And then I found out he was having a screening in Minneapolis, and I was like, hey, do you want to have a screening over at our place for friends or something for those of us who missed it, or like could I just really want to see the film. I just figured I'd throw that in there as well. But then he's like, oh, we're really trying to keep it just to the festivals right now. I'm like, you're my cousin.
Is
This is weird. Yeah, like, just send me a DVD, or I'll come pick it up. It's just weird because he's never been like that before.
Huh.
It's the whole professionalism of success, I guess. I don't know.
Oh,
I thought that was kind of weird.
that is weird. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Cool.
It is weird though, right? I mean, like, I'm asking.
I don't think it's weird.
It's not really that weird.
It's not that weird for him to
Well,
be
you're
like, no, I don't want to
related.
send you a screener. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
it's not that weird to
No,
me.
it's not that
doesn't
weird.
happen with anybody else we know.
I think it's a little weird because you were offering your home to screen it.
Oh, no.
And then
I mean,
and
that's-
then he's like, I just want to keep it to festivals right now. It's like, boy, that's
Well,
my home.
Well, not. I mean, I think that I can understand if he doesn't want to do that, because then it's a whole event that he has to deal with, I guess. But
No, that you would have to deal with because you'd be the host, right?
well, yeah. But I mean, he might not want to have a bunch of people over or something. I don't know.
I think it's the mentality of like, I don't want to show it to just anyone. I want to show it where it matters.
Yeah.
Oh, but your family.
Yeah. I don't know. I find it weird that I can't just go see the film. That's all.
Okay.
But apparently, it's not weird to you guys.
I guess.
Well, it's weird that you were trying to get tickets when it was in LA and he was very unresponsive about how
Well,
to
he's
do
probably
that.
Busy, but
But other than that, like it's in Minneapolis, like you can't really do anything about that.
no, I know. I'm just saying. This was before I went to Minneapolis. Anyway, okay, I'm done. Let's talk about your drugs, Richard.
I don't have drugs. I don't
Your lack there.
I don't do drugs. I don't have drugs. I was just telling Adam a few weeks ago that because I was playing Viva Pinata on Xbox.
What is Viva Pinata?
Okay. Sit back
Since you
and relax. Sit back and relax. So Viva Pinata is a game where you have a garden and these pinata these pinata animals come to your garden and you have to like convince them to stay and like mate and breed and like you grow your it's a colorful game and it's very relaxing. And so anyway, I was telling Adam like this is a game I would want to play when I'm high, just to like experience what that is, because I've heard other people talk about how they play it when they're high and it's like amazing. And so I just told him, he was like, that's what you want to get high on? Like that's what would be the thing you want to get high on? Because I don't
was surprised
get
that
high. I don't get drugs.
Yeah, I was just surprised that like it's not like I can understand wanting to do it. I'm just surprised like that's the thing that put you over the point where like, yeah, I want to try it now.
Well, because I
For
was
Viva
playing it and I
Pinata.
was like, yeah, let's do it. I mean, the reality is I probably will never do it.
Well,
because I told Adam a few months ago that because I have trouble staying asleep throughout the night. I wake up like 20,000 times.
It has nothing to do with the dog being in the middle of the bed and
And
getting up
so I was
constantly.
like, oh, I would want to try to like have something before bed so I could try to like have a more relaxed sleep or whatever. And then I was like, let's do it this weekend. And then the weekend came and I was like, I don't want to do it.
Yeah. It was coming up and I was like, I don't think he wants to do it. I'm like,
Even just CBD?
so
Yeah, I don't know.
Well-
it just
well,
like
I don't know what-
like I know like
we were talking about
I'm a
CBD.
horror when I'm drunk, but like thinking about like being on drugs for whatever reason. Like I know it's just marijuana or whatever it is. But like, I don't know. It just like kind of freaks me out a little bit.
Totally.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's why I didn't do it for so long, was because I didn't want to be out of control. I didn't want to feel like I didn't like that idea of it, and it didn't strike me as something that felt good for whatever reason.
There's also a very personal stigma that I have against it.
Yeah.
Like other people can do it. I don't care. Whatever. Do you?
Well, obviously, because
like,
I do.
But like the way I grew up seeing it, like in my face, was very not appealing. So that's why like I've just never really liked thinking about being that.
Well, you don't do that marijuana. You do my. Ooh, hit the microphone. You do my version, which is very low.
Okay. Yeah. Well, one day maybe we'll see.
Well, you were talking about it. I was like, oh, we'll do it the week after we get back from San Diego, and then I forgot about it, because that was this weekend. So maybe I'll remember next weekend to remind you.
Yeah.
But I think I set aside a very, very small amount that will probably do nothing.
I just feel like I'm gonna die.
Oh, you're not
Like, I know that's not gonna happen.
You're not
but
gonna die.
I just feel like I'm gonna like
you might actually
be
feel
out
like it,
and then die. Like
You'll be
someone's
one
gonna
of
come in
those
and kill me.
I was
people
worried
who calls
that I was gonna
911.
die the first time.
Yeah, but now that we know so much more about like those kinds of edibles versus like proper dosing, I feel like it's a lot easier to feel nothing than to feel too much.
It's also when you haven't had it before.
Yeah.
And then we did half
But I mean,
what they
like-
suggested, and we were totally fucked up.
Yeah, we were.
I was just worried that I was going to stop breathing. That
But
was
like,
my
I had
main
no
problem.
idea how many milligrams we were taking on that day. Like now I know like how many milligrams is good for me.
Well, yeah, we still don't know what we actually got.
Like considering how I feel on like 5 to 7, which is usually what I take, that had to be like 20 or more.
No. That's what 5 to 7 feels like the first time.
Really?
Yeah. That's probably what we had.
I don't know.
But
Wow.
it's also, it depends on the strain. It depends. There's so much you don't know about edibles. That's
Yeah.
where
See,
the problem
and that's
comes
the
in.
thing. When I hear
Edibles
the
are
strain,
scary.
I think like mutants,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
like zombie vampire shit, and then I'm gonna die.
Yeah,
like,
but
Yeah.
I had to do this for actual medical reasons.
yes,
so-
I know.
No, but I'm saying like I know the specifics of what they all are, so you don't have to worry about the mutant shit. I've already found out which ones are the mutant shit. So
Man.
you don't.
Yeah, edibles are tricky.
Yeah, I mean everyone's different too. That's the other problem. But yeah, drugs. Woo.
Drugs. I will say, never eat an edible and then take Molly right after.
Oh,
I don't know if you guys knew that, but
Sounds like
don't
a
do
good
that.
tip.
I'm kind of like
Yeah.
good on never having Molly or that. And
that.
I get a little confused of like what falls into the MDMA category because there's so many different names for it, and I'm like, I don't know. I can never remember which ones are the same thing or different variations or whatever. And I know they're all like tiny. There's some specifics to each name. Because I think some of them, they're not like totally pure or whatever. I'm not gonna try to figure that out right now, but yeah, like it just I would be worried about the heart rate and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
It seems like I don't know. I'm always worried about my heart exploding because my family has heart disease. So like anything that does that, I'm like I don't want to get into those kind of drugs.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But so I'm not gonna. I don't think I'll ever have to remember that, but. I find it weird when people do multiple drugs at the same time.
what's that like?
Let me tell you. Don't do it.
Okay.
A lot of projectile vomiting. Lots of awkward Uber rides.
Oh, lots.
Yeah. I don't know if you ever have those Uber drivers who are like, do you want to listen to music? No, thanks. How about just a little bit of music? No, thank you. Okay, well, how about some jazz? Okay, jazz is good.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
Uber.
would just think that would just fry your brain out if you had MDMA and marijuana at the same time.
Oh, it was awful. I would try to go to a concert to watch Trust.
I
You
don't
know
know
that
what
band
that is.
Trust? Well, Survival opened up for Trust, and Survival did the theme song for Stranger Things.
Oh.
And so we saw them. This was before they became the Stranger Things people. But we saw them, and then we didn't even make it to why we even were there.
Oh.
Because the drugs hit, and then their song was like, We're like, no. And then I just went to go hide, like in the back patio, and I was literally like, I felt like everyone knew. I don't know if you got that feeling, but everyone knows what's happening to you, and you're so embarrassed.
Yeah, that was one of the first things that I had to like force out of my head with marijuana, was that it's like, no one knows what the fuck's going on right now. It's just you. Shut up.
Yeah.
So it's weird because it's like you don't look different. You're not acting different necessarily. I mean, maybe in that case.
I was like in the corner, just like.
Yeah, someone knows something if that's it.
Yeah.
But it's like I would imagine that would slow you down and make you very attentive to how slow everything is going.
Exactly.
And then there would be a good amount of like anxiety over it because you move past when euphoria goes too far, that's where it ends up.
Yep.
Is neuroticism.
It was terrible. And then it ended in a lot of vomiting. Okay, so don't do it, kids.
Okay.
Yeah, your brain realized it hit a wall and it's like, just get it out, please.
Yeah.
Stomach, brain number 2, please.
Yeah.
I love that our brains do that, like when you get so drunk that you black out, because it's like your brain saying like, okay, now you need to stop.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's more like a kernel panic on a computer. It's not a good sign. I mean, it's
no, it's not. It's a sign that you're done.
Yeah, the brain's like I just can't.
Exactly. Like I can't. I'm done. We're done. And like your body still goes, but your brain is not in it anymore.
I know.
Yeah.
I just think it's funny.
Yeah, I will never have drugs that take me to that point. I can do
it's
that
not
on
fun.
my own.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
No.
So questions.
Oh, yeah.
Should we start?
Oh, well, in a moment, because first, I'd like to remind everybody, if you'd like to send in a question or a comment or story or something that you'd like us to discuss on the podcast, well, you can call or text 509-AWKWARD, or you can go to awkward.email for all your options.
And you can rate and review our podcast on iTunes.
That's at the end, though.
Oh.
Well,
do
just
it
a
now.
reminder, yeah.
What? Pause the show and do it.
Yeah, and we'll talk to you in a
and
minute.
we'll know if you don't.
Mm-hmm. Because we can see how many people haven't done it.
I'm checking right
No.
now.
Just see, she's pulling out the receipts right now.
So our first question comes from Oliver, 21-year-old male, who says, just re-listening to the show, and on episode 113, Darren talked about the Bateman PSA with a silly song, and I looked it up on YouTube. He's got an amazing memory, word for word, at 32:51 if you haven't seen it yet. So we watched this video at 32:51. That's the time code, if you're wondering.
Everyone has also watched it and heard it at this point.
And we have no idea what the fuck this is. Obviously, we don't have Darren's amazing memory because none of us remember the words, the video, the experience.
There's no doubt in my mind, though, that Darren definitely did this.
Oh, I'm sure it happened,
because
but
this
I
definitely
cannot
sounds
remember.
like it's something Darren would memorize.
First he didn't like my hair. Then he didn't like my clothes. Then he didn't like the way I talked. Then he didn't like my nose. There's such incredible pressures. You know, it's not enough to be worried about grades or school or parents. And it's like I'm missing out on something if I don't have a boyfriend. I'm not special or important. And you sure can't be a virgin. It's kind of a whole package deal. Boyfriend, sex, pressure. First he didn't like my friends. Soon he had a list that never ends. Till with all the changes he could see, there was nothing left of me.
But yeah.
And then we're talking about the silly song we're talking about is first you didn't like my hair. Didn't like my clothes.
It's actually starring Sam.
They
She's in the video.
They didn't like my nose. It's like,
We should have you redo those.
but I
We got a
just
staircase.
First you didn't like my hair. Then you didn't like my clothes. You didn't like the way I talk. Then you didn't like my nose. It's hard to be my age and be a virgin.
What is this? It's like, how do you know when you're in love? That's a YouTube video. How do you know when you
that's
love
what it's
someone?
called?
Is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like an hour long.
Yeah, it was rounding up, so I have to call myself out on that now. It's actually like a little over 50 minutes.
Wow.
But it's a therapist's hour.
But what is this video? That's the most interesting part about this.
Well, is it a PSA?
It says Bateman PSA. PSA for love or against it?
I don't know.
She's
We're gonna have
super
to ask
depressed
Darren
about
it.
having lost her virginity to her boyfriend who doesn't like anything about her.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
here. There's actually some information. How can I tell if I'm really in love? 1986, 60p. So it's like a video game. An anti-teen sex PSA hosted by Justine Bateman.
Wait.
With Jason Bateman and Ted Danson guest starring. Ted Danson, really? Oh.
Jason Bateman?
Jason Bateman is anti-sex?
Oh, he must have
Well,
played
he was
the...
probably younger, but Ted Danson, like, he was old enough to know not to do something like this.
No, anti-teen sex.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but you know.
Yeah, but I mean, like, he was a teenager once, and he probably really enjoyed the sex he had.
Most likely.
Right.
I'm just guessing, but I mean, it's Ted Danson. He looks like he has a good time.
I don't think I
Yeah.
ever enjoyed sex when I was a teen.
I wouldn't know.
Me neither.
I watched the PSA
I
and
had
that was it for me.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
I had some really terrible sex and experiences as a teenager, but there was some good stuff in there eventually.
Well, if you had seen this video,
Mhm.
maybe
you could have been saved.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not.
But I actually have a comment for Oliver.
Oliver.
Oliver, re-listening.
Elio.
Yeah.
I don't remember the other guy's name. Patrick? I don't know. Anyway.
No, it was Oliver.
Oh,
That's why I said that. Hello.
It's okay, Richard. I didn't get it either.
I was like, okay, cool.
Audience, I hope you
I was right there with
appreciate
you.
it.
Call me by your name, Richard.
I don't remember it, but thank you for the idea.
We already talked too much about that film on here. Okay, so it says he's re-listening and he's on 113. Have you reviewed the show?
Re-listening.
I did check while we were on break, and since last time I asked, no one's rated the show. So what are you doing, guys?
Listen-
Get your asses into gear.
Listen, Elio, you need to go on and... Oh, he's a homosexual. Okay, that's perfect.
Cool.
You need to go on and review the show. If you don't do it by next week, we're never going to talk about you again.
Maybe you should tell him to review it positively.
Oh,
In that case, if you're
I don't
threatening the
know.
guy.
I feel like we've had some negative reviews that I thought were really funny.
But if he's re-listening
I
to
don't
the
think
show,
we did. I think we had like one negative review.
he is re-listening to it. How
He's a
could he
fan.
not give us a positive review?
Yeah, he's definitely a fan.
maybe after this conversation.
Come on, Elio, we love you.
It's too late. You've already made him feel so
much
bad.
you can't remember his name.
Oh, Oliver. She fucked me up.
He's
okay.
calling him by his name, and he's calling him by his.
Right.
Love it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, next.
Well,
Thank you.
That was fun. Yeah. Thank you, Oliver. I'm sorry we can't remember our own show, though.
I would like to go back when I'm home and watch that whole video because what
Yeah.
was that?
And then you got to remake it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, well, if we got time, we could throw that together.
Oh my god.
you didn't like my friends.
I know. Girl, get out of that
It's
relationship.
a list that never ends.
Get out. You don't need it. You don't need that drama.
No one needs it.
No one needs it.
All right. Our next question comes from a heterosexual Tanya.
Ooh.
20.
I'm into it.
Harding? Tanya Harding?
No, it's not spelled the
She's
same
not
way
20.
in that. But she wasn't 20 in the movie either.
No, sure
Oh,
wasn't.
You know what I'm saying.
Sure wasn't.
Yes.
Okay, so dear awkward humans, you know how like when you're in a mall and you hear some song that you've never heard before, but you immediately love it because it just gets you, and then you Shazam it up and find all the band's albums, get totally obsessed and post it all over Facebook so everyone knows this band is a genius. And then you find out that this whole time you've been listening to Christian Korean rock. One of your atheist friends figures it out, and now you got some splaining to do. I did not say that right. Right? So that awkward moment happened. Like, this has multiple facets because I still love the music, but now I know what it's about and I'm losing connection with it. I'm not one of those girls who loves everything but country and rap. I'll take it all. Okay. Except Christian rock. Like, I cannot read today. Like, I just can't do it, and now my friends make fun of me all the time. I get it, but help me get through this, please. Thanks a mil, Tanya.
Tanya. It's Tanya.
Tanya.
Sorry, Tanya.
It's with an A, Tanya.
Sorry, Tanya.
But I don't know. I think like wait a week. Trump
I don't
will
know.
bomb
If you like
something
it, like
and
it. Who
they
gives a
won't
fuck?
remember.
Yeah.
There is a beautiful movie called Love, Simon that talks about how you just gotta love yourself and be yourself and kind of like it's okay to be yourself.
Do you think Love Simon would have
beautiful.
approved of Christian Korean rock?
I think
No,
so. Unless
because
they're like,
he
fuck
did not
the
like-
gays. Oh,
Yeah.
no, that's not how Christian rock goes.
I don't think he
But
would
it's
have
not
necessarily
pro-gay.
liked it because he was very picky about music and he also made fun of Martin's shirts before. Well, I mean, Martin was
Who's Martin?
Martin was like the asshole
asshole.
blackmailing him. But the
Right. But Martin was annoying.
Yeah, but it was. But he would also say things like that were like globally judgmental. Like girls don't like shirts with pictures on them.
This is all in the movie Love, Simon?
Yes.
I didn't
Yeah.
see it.
It's a
And
cute.
That's
It's,
good.
it's a
Girls got
90s
pictures on
teen
their shirts
film
here.
I hear-
for now.
Oh, it's 90s?
It's a 90s teen film for now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's a sweet movie.
I cried.
Oh.
You cried?
Erica?
I know I did.
Oh, no,
It was like, when
I
was
cry
you
in
not
everything.
Oh.
Right. Oh yeah, I cried a lot.
Wow.
Like that
Erica.
last third, it was just so like
Oh my god.
it felt very
It was-
genuine.
yeah.
It was just like honest and out there and yeah, I did.
It was also a little bit like never ever does that happen.
Without
So
spoiling
that was-
it.
Oh, I'm not talking about the Ferris wheel scene, but
No, I
Oh.
mean all of it.
I'm
It was all
talking,
too perfect.
I was talking about the coming out stuff.
But
Yeah.
like without spoiling it, how did you feel about the reveal?
Of who it was.
Mm-hmm.
Should I just, I'm just going to
That's
plug my
kind
ears.
of who I thought it was going to
Okay.
be.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was gonna be some random ass person.
I thought that too, just because casting. But we talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'll go see it.
yeah. It's,
Yeah, go see it. Do you have
Okay.
Movie Pass? That's how we saw
I
it.
do.
There you go.
Maybe I'll go after this.
I think it's one of those movies that like younger people will be talking about, like we talk about, like you talk about Never Been Kissed,
Mhm.
for example, Richard.
So
Mhm.
good.
It is
Such a
It's
great
so
movie.
good.
Oh my god.
So good.
And
So
so
good.
that
Go watch my
I
cocktail
think it'll
movie
be one of
recap.
those for this generation's, however old you are when these movies happen. Like I don't know,
Gen
like
Z.
teenage. I think we're past Gen Z, aren't we? Gen Z, and then we got
No,
renamed
no,
millennials.
we were gonna
Millennials.
be Gen Y, and then we got renamed Millennials, and then the generation
Oh
who's
my
teenagers
God.
now is Gen Z.
I thought you were
Yeah,
talking
we
about
got
Gen Z
fucked.
who wrote in.
Oh,
Like a long ass time ago.
No,
I was like, I don't get
Generation
it.
Z. I think they're
Look him
like
up.
they're like 12 to 22 or something
Mhm.
right now. So
Wow.
yeah.
Oh my god.
You know what's really crazy? Speaking of young people who are gonna vote in, I think, a year, or people who are legal to vote now won't have been alive when Columbine happened.
Wow.
Someone was talking about that on a show, and they're like that
Wow.
really puts things in perspective. That like the people who are now going to be legal to vote weren't even alive when Columbine happened.
or Britney Spears.
Her meltdown.
Well, like her
Like when she
career.
happened? Oh,
Yeah,
well, yeah, but I don't. That's not really
Or-
like a voter issue.
they're the same thing.
You know?
Basically,
I don't know. She's
same
pretty
issue.
influential. Yeah.
I really just was trying to bring that out. That's all that was. So thank you.
Makes sense. Okay, so our
what-
next
what is-
question.
oh wait, we didn't even help her.
Solve it.
I thought we said just do you.
Yeah. That was great
Well-
advice.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. No, I mean, like honestly, like don't do anything because
Yeah,
it's just
well,
gonna
so
go away.
what else are we
No,
gonna say about this?
I think get the translation of the lyrics.
Well, I think that's the problem, and that's what happened.
Oh.
I mean, like how else would you lose the connection? I
How
mean,
did she
I would
connect to
hope
it if
that's-
she
I
couldn't
mean,
even understand it?
It was just so
beat.
catchy.
Yeah.
I like music. I don't understand because I hate all lyrics.
I usually get
Yeah.
really into music through the music, not the lyrics, and then like
Yeah.
much later, I'm like, oh, that's what the lyrics to the song are.
Oh, lyrics are really
Also,
misogynist.
the nice thing, the nice thing is about like music that's in another language, though, I think, is that when you translate it, sometimes lyrics can be good, but they don't rhyme. And so when I hear them rhyming in the song, sometimes they just sound really stupid. But not rhyming, they don't sound as bad because the words can be translated in a way that makes it sound better, I guess.
Yeah.
And so I can be like, that's what it means, but not in a way that sounds dumb. So it
Yeah.
helps me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know about like Christian rock. I mean, I would feel a little bit weird about getting that obsessed with a Christian rock band.
Yeah,
if I were in
unknowingly.
this person's
Yeah.
shoes.
Listen, when
Was
I
on-
was a kid, I had Britney Spears' second album, Oops, I Did It Again.
The best.
And I would play it with my two boy best friends who were straight, and we would,
funny.
yeah, and they still are.
They loved it.
And
It didn't work
we would
then.
play Super Smash Brothers on the Nintendo 64 while listening to Britney Spears, and they didn't judge me for it. And if they did, they didn't do it to my face.
And
Yeah,
if they
but
did,
the
they didn't
song-
come
'Cause they
back to
liked
play
it.
from Smash Brothers.
The
is
song
whatever
didn't
happened.
have any values that you were
Yeah.
fundamentally.
But what if you?
against.
Yeah,
but what
hello. She's so lucky.
What if you found out that
She's a star.
yeah, but what if you found out that she was?
It's about
really,
depression.
What if you found out she was really just singing like I love Jesus, Jesus is better than everybody?
I think she does love Jesus.
Well, she can, but I'm saying like if it was just if you found out like those were the lyrics, it's not that it's wrong to have Christian rock. I just want to be clear about that. that I'm not saying that at all. It's
And my
that
mama
you
said,
think you're listening to one
"Stomp,"
thing.
and my daddy said, "Stop." You guys remember that song?
No.
No.
What album was that?
I don't- You down with G.O.D.? Yeah, you know me.
Oh, that song. Yes.
Oh wow. I one I really like Awesome God. I always loved that song because it's terrible, but it's really good too.
Is an awesome that one?
Yeah,
I just
not
did
quite, but close.
I did a sketch just recently on that. It's just a big choir singing that, and then it was.
But you know the one that
I didn't write it.
people were very upset about. What if God was one of us?
Oh yeah.
And then,
But it's-
like a
The
slob
first
like
time I
Elvis.
heard that was a parody of it. I think there was "What if God smoked cannabis?" I just thought I'd bring that up, given the
I
topic.
feel like
earlier.
he does.
What if God smoked?
He doesn't need to. He just is like, okay, I'm high.
But like you want to do the act of it.
Well, then he can imagine that. But I mean, whatever God wants, God gets. He's like Lola.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking too.
So
Are we done here?
I think we are.
I'm not-
Good luck,
I was-
Tanya.
no, I was. There was something that you were Britneying or something.
Yeah, I'm just saying like I did me.
Oh! I was saying like I wanted to have my disclaimer out there. Is that I feel like when you identify with something, then find out you identified with something that is not you at all, and you're like, what? But it's like. I don't know. I think people can
Well, it's
have.
not just that. It's the idea of like, let's say there are things in the lyrics that go against her values. Then how is
Well,
she
that
gonna
could be
feel?
too.
Well, then just
okay
stop
with
listening to it.
broadcasting
Yeah,
you
but
know?
I mean,
Be woke.
You could also just not know. You could also just be like, I like the music, and I don't. The lyrics are weird to me, but there's no reason you can't appreciate it.
Yeah, I've listened to lots of songs where I don't think the lyrics are great. I
Yeah.
appreciate them.
Well, the computer says it's time to move on, so I guess.
Okay.
I guess if
Question
it's weighing
3.
Good luck, Tanya.
15-year-old homosexual male. Hey, what's up? I noticed older people like to say poop, like when you're older, blah blah blah, and so forth. Or if I only knew when I was young. But to me, it's more telling me you better do this while you're going, or you're gonna be old and sad like me. So 1, do you just get old and sad no matter what when you get older? Y'all seem to have fun, so it's not a bunch of regrets and despair, right? But 2, do you have advice for a young person on what to do so being older doesn't suck so much? I'm saying I want some tips I should actually listen to instead of poop like, don't get fat. I got fat already, so why are you telling me, right?
I feel attacked.
You feel attacked?
I am triggered.
You?
How old is this person?
Why?
15.
15.
Because he called us old. I mean, in your eyes, sure, we're like twice your
Older.
age.
He called us older.
Yeah, you can call us old.
It's so funny.
We're all still in our
But I mean,
20s,
we're more
right?
Than twice
Yeah,
his
we're
age.
twice his age.
Aren't we in our 20s still?
Aren't
we still in our
20s?
I'm 30-ish.
Ish.
Yeah. Well, the 1 is like an ish.
Oh,
I'm
well, you're about
about
to
to
be
hit the middle.
2.
Right. But
So,
I'm
I
still in
can't.
the ish phase.
Will you still be 30-ish when you're 32?
I think so.
Okay, then
Yeah.
I'm 30-ish.
Yeah, it
Very
really,
good.
it's not all over till you're
33
40.
is hard to say ish.
Then
Because
gotta
you're
really start
in
thinking
your
about
30s.
it.
Yeah.
Like, you're in
And
it.
then 34
There's no
you're
going back.
pre-mid, and 35 you're mid.
Pre-mid?
Pre-med.
Oh.
No, it doesn't have to suck when you get older, caller. I wish you had a name because we've been doing really good with like the highlights of the 2017 films here with like Oliver and Elio and Tanya Harding.
Well, you want to pick one? I don't know why it didn't. Usually it shows up, it defaults to anonymous, so I don't know why it didn't put
He's a
something in there.
15 male
Sea
cis
creature.
male.
We're going for the best
homosexual.
picture winner.
Oh.
What was her name? The woman.
Well, her
I
real
don't
name
know.
is Sally.
Yeah,
name
that's all I can
was-
think of.
I don't remember.
Well, this is a man.
Child?
This is a
Wait a minute, I
man.
have the internet.
Oh yeah, Octavia Spencer.
Octavia Spencer called her child a lot, I think.
Yeah.
Or Miss Thang. I don't know. I'm being racist at this point. All right.
Wait, what was the movie called again? I can't remember.
The Shape of Water.
The Shape of Water.
But figuring out her name is not going to be an appropriate
Oh,
name for
he
him.
could be the gay
might.
character in that one because he's gay.
Oh, right. Yeah, let's look that up.
mhm.
Okay, yeah.
Do you have an appreciation for the old? It sounds like you do.
Okay, so just
But you
so
say
we know,
poop.
it was
That's
Elisa
weird.
They're asking
for
why.
Sally Hawkins, but
What was her name?
Elisa.
Elisa.
Oh.
Oh,
Esposito.
Elisa. I
But
knew it.
Giles is the name of the gay
Giles.
character.
Yes.
I
We're
did
now
not
calling you Giles.
That did not
Wasn't
even
it Giles?
register.
Or is it
Is it
Giles?
Giles or
Well,
Giles?
it looks like it's spelled Giles.
Okay.
G-I-L-E.
So Giles. No, it doesn't
There's
have
a
to
little
suck when
Buffy
you
in
get
there, so-
older.
Mhm.
We do have fun and we don't have regrets and despair. But like everyone said, we're not that old, so like you might want to check with people who are like 50. But yeah, I mean, I kind of think I don't think anyone said anything helpful to me when I was younger either. So I'm not sure like if that's something that people can fix because I think that's just a problem. But like as to what advice to give you about it not sucking when you get older, I think it's just like fucking be in control of what you want to do. You
Yeah.
know, like that's the good part of becoming older is that you can just be like, this is what I want to do. These are the hobbies I want to have. This is where I want to live. I want this stuff in my house. And you just like fucking do them.
Yeah.
And then you'll feel
Yeah.
happy about it.
I think the thing with getting older, at least, you know, the perspective of when you're young and people are telling you what you should be doing or whatever is that, like, a lot of the times they tell you need to grow up. Some quotes in the air.
Yeah,
You
I
need
would
to
say
grow
don't
up
listen
and
to
like
that ever.
you can't like cartoons. You can't like video games. You can't like, you know, they
Candy.
what I've been told is always that like you're gonna grow up, you're not gonna like this stuff, and it's like no, I grew up and I still liked it, and now I can afford to do this
Right.
on my own, and like I can have all this stuff in my home, as Erica was saying, like you put your own things together that you want, and I think that's the important part is just like remember that whatever you like, and if you want to continue to like it, it's fine. Like being an
Totally.
adult isn't a definition of, or like there's no definition to like what an adult looks like because if you're responsible and like taking care of your shit, then who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's really the thing that adulthood, there are all these rules around what it's supposed to be. And I think that's really detrimental because people feel like, oh, I have to do this and this and this to be an adult now. Like my childhood's over. I don't get to have fun anymore. Or like I have to sneak it in on the evenings because I have to be professional at my boring day job or whatever. Do what you want to do. And you have, like Richard said, be responsible. And that being an adult is just, you know, not going homeless, making sure you eat, don't starve, pay your bills, be nice to people, and then on top of that, it's just the same. So,
But mistakes are okay to make.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
we make them all the time and just
Yes.
know it's okay.
yeah.
'Cause
We've
you're-
all not paid our bills, forgotten to eaten too much. What was
got
the other
fat.
one?
We've
Yeah,
all
also, don't worry. You're only 15. You can
Yeah.
get unfat if you want to.
Yeah.
I think the idea maybe behind that is that it's harder if you gain the weight and then try to lose it when you're older.
Yeah,
Easier to
but
lose
if
it when you're
he's like,
younger.
I don't want to hear that tip, I'm already fat, the helpful tip would be here are some things you can do when you're between 15 to 25 so that you are not like at risk for diseases when you're older.
Yeah, I mean that's really, I guess, the only other thing of aging is probably the health stuff. And so that it is, when people say don't get fat, it's probably a vanity thing, but it's also, you know, it's good to take care of yourself when you're younger so that you don't have to learn that when you're older when it's much harder.
Yeah, but I was fat when I was 15 and
And I
got
bet
in
you were
shape,
still healthy.
so-
You were still healthy.
No, not really. I didn't
Well,
eat very well.
There's some, larger folks out there who are still healthy. They
Yes,
just,
I'm talking about myself.
Oh, gotcha.
I ate a lot of junk food.
Gotcha.
Not like fast food, but like a lot of candy and like
Yeah,
chips
yeah.
and stuff like that. But then I figured out how to be healthy as an adult. So who cares?
Yeah, and she lost all this weight, and she's super skinny now,
Yeah.
and everyone just wants to sock her in her face.
I think there's just
Is that what
your
people
body
want?
just craves a change, I think. You just get to that point where your body just like, you just want it. to
wants-
Oh,
start
my
Eating
body
one
is
of the
begging me
flavor
for
of-
a change. I am
girl.
not listening.
Yes.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard it.
Yeah, every day when I look in the mirror, I'm like, oh, you fucking asshole.
Richard, that's
And then I
a
take a
terrible
shower.
one.
That's
Take
what you
a
think
shower.
when you look
Some
in the
people-
mirror.
Shut up or do something about it, either one.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Some people give themselves affirmations. Richard says, You fucking asshole.
Fucking suck.
Listen here, you fucking asshole.
That's another video we should make.
Like myself, I'm like, Sam, you can do it. You got it. Go out there, show him what you got. You're going to do a podcast. Shine bright, baby girl. And then other people say, fuck you. You're a piece of shit. You'll never be anything. Good luck out there, whore.
You got it, baby girl. You can do this. You're going to go out there. You're going to kill it. You're going to be on a podcast. Shine bright, baby. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like the woman you are. You're going to be great. You're going to be fabulous. Everyone's going to love you. You got this.
Fuck you, you asshole.
That is my internal dialogue.
Okay, great. Some days it's like that. Some days it's like...
Yeah. I don't call myself a whore anymore,
course.
though. That's the only thing.
That was my
different.
personal touch for me.
Right.
I just think about swimming in a giant pool of steamed white rice.
Ew.
It's because she's
What I
doing Whole
fantasize
30.
about. I just think about it and I think about it and I'm like,
Oh my
I
God.
don't need to. I will not get in a pool of white rice today. Not today.
So, do you ever get that, like, when you order Chinese or Thai food and they give you that thing of white rice, but it's like the creamy texture. It's like it's not hard. It's like
That's what I think about
soft
every day.
and packed and just like warm and
And it's not like when you make it at home. It's just always better. The
it's
best
always
though
better.
is when you go to a Thai restaurant where they serve it on a plate and it looks like ice cream.
Oh,
it's
because it's like a dome. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's so soft, and you just put your spoon in it, and it looks like it's like endless, and you can just eat rice for days.
Yeah, so
I
good.
like rice, but this is a little too erotic.
Well,
for
I
me.
think it's when you haven't had it in nearly 30 days.
Only 20.
Yeah, no.
She's counting.
Oh,
She's
God.
counting.
There are moments every once in a while where I think, I wish I had dreams. But then I hear about other people's dreams. I'm like, I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
glad that
Never
I don't
did
He
do
I
means like
think-
actual physical, like dreaming while you're asleep dreams.
Never
not
did
like
I think
aspirations.
that my biggest fantasy would be to swim in a pool of steamed white rice.
But like, that's not practical.
It's not, and which is why I never thought that's what I would want.
Do you say swim in it? Because you
Yeah.
could definitely sleep on it.
No, I want to swim in it and eat my way through it as
Oh my
I
God.
make my way through the pool.
I love it.
Anyways,
Just like regular white rice.
Giles steamed
Oh, yeah,
white
Giles.
rice
Regular white.
from an Asian restaurant where it's all like pillowy and perfect.
Okay.
So, Giles, enjoy your rice.
Yes,
do we
you have
have
a
any
lot
other
to look
things for
forward to.
I guess the other thing I would say is it seems like maybe a lot of people who are giving you this advice are like family members probably would think. So like there's a big difference between like older people and parents.
Yeah.
It's not like a knock against parents or anything, but
Yeah,
like
go on the street and find a cool older guy.
Oh,
to
But I'm
mentor
saying
you.
no.
That'll
But I'm
end well.
saying like, of course, people who are like in the midst of raising kids and don't really have a lot of time
Yeah.
to have fun and have a lot more. I mean, let's face it. There's a
Yeah,
lot more
don't have
responsibility
kids.
when you're raising kids than when you're
Yeah.
just like going to your job and then eating white rice at night. So if all you're
The
hearing is
Erica
from
life.
parents, then like of course it's gonna seem a little like oh you better get your shit together because there's
Yeah.
gonna be no time for fun. Like there's gonna be a long phase in your life where you are not a kid and you are not having kids and you can figure all this fun shit out for yourself.
And I will
Call
just
it your
add,
20s.
And
Don't-
maybe your
yeah.
30s. Maybe your 40s.
totally.
You know?
Yeah.
And people are going to put their expectations on you. Don't live up to their expectations of you. Live up to your expectations of yourself. And
Beautiful.
always remember that when you live with your parents as an adult like me, it'll be okay.
And
You're gonna make
You're
it.
going to make it.
And remember this too, despite how, let's say you think this is wonderful advice, I'm going to take all of it. This is still going to happen. You're still going to have these same feelings when you're older. No one listens to anything.
Yeah.
Not forever, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to figure it out. You're going to be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Or if
we all
you're
did.
not, I mean, you're going to be whatever you're going to be. I'm just trying. I'm trying not to get anybody's hopes up here.
Yeah.
Like crush the dreams when they're young.
I am
Listen,
trying to
when
say,
you're-
though, if we did it, you can do it too.
Well, yeah, that's the whole thing is it's like if you think that whoever's telling you is old and like whoever is saying I'm old and sad, you don't want to be like me. If you think they're old and sad, then just don't fucking be like them. Like make the decisions you want to make to get to who you want to be as an adult.
What did we do though?
What?
Well, none of us have kids. None of us are married.
I mean, we're doing this podcast. I'm just curious.
We do
Sam,
things
what
we
did we
enjoy.
do?
We do
What do we
a
do?
lot of things.
What did we do that this person is going to look forward to?
What did we do that they can look forward to?
Well, okay, so like
When you said we did it. What did we do?
we did it.
I don't know what Sam does. I know she's in the groundlings.
We did
She's
it.
in the groundlings.
You know,
She's
she
making.
works with me.
She's making the
I
fun.
work with Erica.
The funnies, and she works with Erica. She works with Erica.
Yes.
Yeah.
You did that.
But
so
like-
add that to your list.
What do
Very good.
I do? Okay, so what do I do? I'm asking. What do I do?
You sure you didn't have any drugs before this episode, Richard?
Okay, well, first of all, you guys have your own apartment that you live in. You have a space that you created.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not trying to shit on us or anything.
You're just trying to shit on Sam.
I'm just saying.
Like,
Listen.
Sam, you're telling us what we did. What did you do? I don't know.
Oh no, I'm saying like I mean all of us, but we've done fine. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with the life that we have now or anything like
Well,
that.
Sam and Richard grew up here, but
I'm
we
just curious
both
how we would like
we
summarize it.
Why
chose
don't-
to live
I
somewhere
know,
else
let's-
that we wanted to go to.
Let's do a little experiment. Let's go around the table and say something you do that you enjoy as an adult.
Okay, you
Okay.
start.
Oh fuck. Okay. What do I do that I do? Okay, so I love video games. So I play video games.
What did we do yesterday, Richard?
Yesterday, Adam and I spent at least like 4 hours playing video games
no, it was
straight.
more than
Love
that. It was
I said
more.
at least 4 hours.
That's amazing.
It was at least 6 hours.
And so, like, when you're an adult and you've paid your bills, you can do that.
Yeah, it was just the week was I did a lot of work that week, and I sat down and was like, I'm gonna play for an hour, just relax
And
a
it's
little
not
bit.
like-
And I knew that wasn't gonna happen, but I did not know it was gonna.
Yeah,
be
and it's
there
not
all
like we
day.
do that every day. Like, we
Yeah.
still take care of our shit that we gotta take care of.
Yeah, it was Saturday. It was just like my brain is not there. I can't fucking do anything today. I really overworked myself this week, and to which I'm perfectly happy with. Like, this was a burnout week where I was like, it was worth it. And I wanted it.
Yeah, and every
But-
once in a while, I get a group of friends together and we play board games. I love board games. So, like, you
love
just,
a
I don't
board
know,
game.
do the things you like to do. What do you do,
Neither of us
Sam?
managed to shave though.
No, I don't like shaving
Oh, I
anymore.
think scruff looks nice.
But that's what you can do
It's
as
a-
an
we're
adult.
getting
You
a
don't
little
have to shave.
Amish.
Fuck
I
it.
like
Yeah, fuck it.
I
You guys
don't
are
know. This
great.
is too much for me. I'm gonna shave today. I'm
Oh.
realizing. I'm just seeing it in the camera. It's like, oh,
It
that's
doesn't look like that much for you.
it's starting to look. It's starting to
He
look. like
used to
it's-
have
like,
that much, but
like
then
I'm
he
gonna
started
get
shaving,
one
and
of
so
those-
now he's used to not having.
What are the? Yeah, I got that
Goatee.
amazing razor that I love.
You
that,
can get whatever razor you want as
It's,
an
it's,
adult.
Yeah.
it's just like wiping the hair off your face. It's amazing. I don't know how they did
Wow.
it.
Yeah, Sam, what do you do that you enjoy?
Well, as an adult, it's crazy because I get to play pretend and write sketch comedy and go on stage and be someone else. So we're still playing pretend even now, people. You can still do that too.
Yeah.
So I
I even pretend
love
to be
it.
the president, and like it happens sometimes.
Yeah, I know.
But my parents said, I probably said this a few times, but my parents said when I wanted to grow up and have lots of money and be able to do whatever, and I wanted to have an office because I loved office supplies, which if you're in this room probably is not a surprise there because there are just office supplies coming out of everything. But but they're like, you're gonna miss your childhood when you grow up, and I do not at all. Like I miss not having to be responsible a little. Like that would be nice. I would love to not have to worry about shit.
You're not nostalgic at all?
No, I wanted to grow up, and as soon as I did, I was like, done.
yeah, he doesn't
I'm good.
like nostalgia. Whenever there's a reboot of something, he gets real upset.
Well, they said that
No,
our generation is the most
depends.
nostalgic generation because technology changed so fast and we miss so many things. Like there's so many
That makes
things
sense.
that we
There are things I miss about the other era. Like I guess I would say the pre-2000s, you know,
Yeah.
when I didn't have a cell phone,
Yeah.
when we didn't have internet at our fingertips, when you could go to Blockbuster. Like I miss a lot of those things, but I would agree I'm much happier as an adult. Like everyone's like, "Oh, you didn't have any responsibility as a kid." Are you kidding? I was so overworked as a kid. Like I went to private high school
I felt that way,
and
too.
I played the piano competitively and it was work
Wow.
all the time. Like
Yeah.
my evenings were come home, have a snack, watch Friends until my parents came home, do 2 hours of homework, have dinner, help clean up, and then practice the piano for 1 to 2 hours.
I think the baby boomers baby boomers had so much downtime because they were like, they didn't have technology to have to contend with, and there wasn't all this pressure to perform. It was kind of like, oh, you get a job and you do your job forever, and then that's that, and you raise a family, blah blah blah, etc. It was very uncomplicated. And nowadays, the parents are like, I want more for my kids than I got because I followed that tract, and like maybe it was a little bit boring for me, or they have these aspirations to be entertainers, and like, oh, maybe I'll have the next famous kid, or there are all these things that we didn't know were going to happen, like fame being in I think a lot of ways a terrible thing that parents shouldn't necessarily want for their kids. Not that it has to be, but it often is. Brittany.
What is she doing with her kids?
What?
Huh?
Brittany, no.
Brittany wants her kids to be famous?
No. I'm saying Brittany is a product of the horrors of fame, I think.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
I mean, she's
doing fine.
She's
leave her alone.
Well, that's why I agree with that sentiment, though. Like, seriously, she should leave her alone, give her a break. I mean, give everybody a break. But yeah, I mean, I think like we get a lot of us who are like, you can do anything you want to do if you just believe in it or whatever, and then that works out for some people, so they're like, yeah, sure, okay, yeah. But for the most part, you have different ideas of I mean, like, things change throughout your life, what you think you want. I just remember I had a lot of actor friends applying to college and be like, I have to do this, it's the only thing that matters to me. Like, it's not I want to be an actor, I have to be an actor. And none of them are actors. Even my sister, the only one who's kind of like, who wrote that essay and is still doing it, is questioning her place in life right now, I guess, because she's like doing all this art, and she's like, I don't know if I want to act. I don't know if I want to keep acting. I'm like, I think you should stick it out just a few more years, because you're in that transition period where everyone has this thought around their 30s, and then they drop off, and then you get cast because no one else is there. So she's talented, and she gets cast in stuff a lot, but I mean, like, I feel like that's when the breakthrough seems to happen for people, is when everybody else gives up and they're still around and remembered.
Persist.
Because there's a good amount of talent.
Erica, what do you do that you enjoy?
Well, I was thinking back to like one of the happiest nights I had when I was a kid is when I had finished all my exams, and we always had a full week of exams at my school at the end of the year, and it was really, really stressful, and I had been studying for weeks or whatever. And my parents and I went on vacation, and they were all like excited to go on vacation, but we were stopping on the way because we always went to like my dad's house on the Cape. We're stopping halfway through in Vermont, and they were like, oh, I think we're going to go out or whatever. And I was like, I just want to watch TV, because I couldn't watch TV because I had so much studying to do. And they were like, okay, we'll go out and we'll leave you the TV in the hotel and you can watch whatever you want. And it was like the happiest I had ever been. Like, I was so excited because it was Thursday. And so there was Friends and all this other shit that I used to watch because, NBC used to be good on Thursdays. And just like being able to do that. And I never knew that one day I would have Netflix and all of my shows would be at my fingertips. And if I wanted to, one night I could just watch every single episode of Friends I could fit into that evening.
Wow.
And so being able to just like if I needed a night off, be like, I'm just going to turn on Netflix and just like watch all the TV that I want and like have some candy. It's like the best.
Your parents may have done the wrong thing there by preventing the TV, because not knowing that Netflix was coming.
Yeah.
They're like, they made you an addict later in life.
Well, I think I would have been an addict either way in terms of how much I love TV, because it's like what I wanted to do with my life. So I think it was wrong of them to make that the thing I couldn't do, because I was like, no, I want to watch it because that's what I want to do later. Yeah. Like, I love TV and I love movies. But for them,
they see you doing something too much and they think, oh no, there's a problem.
Well,
here.
because
that was what it was like with computers. My dad apologizes for this every year now.
Oh, mine don't. They're like, see, now you can watch it whenever you want, be happy. And it's like, part of that is true. Like, the things that you don't get to do when you're a kid, you appreciate more when you're an adult. But I think they saw TV as like the way people used to see TV, not for the content, but for the problems that it brings. Like, they never had a problem with movies because you would go to the theater, watch a movie, and then come home. They just didn't understand, like, having the TV on all the time. But now, like, it's an art form.
Yeah, I mean, like, video games are making that transition now, too. And that's the sort of thing, like, there's all those arguments of... the arguments are dying out of whether video games can or cannot be art or a sport, even. Or have a good or bad influence. I mean, because like, with the last shooting... mass shooting, I mean, there was someone brought up the argument of like, oh, are video games, it was probably Trump.
Yes.
I think it was Trump. Yeah. That video games are like, are they harmful or whatever? Are they warping people's minds? And the general reaction is like, we haven't brought this up in years. Like, what are you doing? Like, no one was okay with that. So it's like those things change. And, I don't know. It's I was trying to think of like a happy moment from my childhood, and I can't.
But what makes you happy now as an adult? What do you
that
do?
I did as a child?
No,
now,
that,
like,
what do
that
you
you're
do
an
as an adult
adult.
now that makes you happy? Like anything.
Work.
Yeah.
Well, that's not gonna help this kid. What about everything you buy on Amazon? You can have anything
Oh no, that makes me
delivered
miserable.
to you.
I
Oh.
don't like it.
You guys, I just realized. Can I just share that whole thing? Did you ever say anything about all those things that you have on your wall that you
The
can
Amazon
press?
buttons.
Yes. Have you shared that on this podcast yet?
I've shared it before. It's on Facebook and
Okay.
other things, and
Because that kid needs to know that you can have your own button,
Oh.
and if you're missing something, you can press that button, and it will be
we don't even
delivered to
choose
you.
them.
But you could. It's something you could aspire to have.
Yes.
Yeah, I know I stopped hooking them up because, as Sam demonstrated, people push them when you don't necessarily want them to, and so I think I need to move them or something.
You can always use more macaroni and cheese.
I just got.
Don't.
We don't know more.
I would swim in that.
still
It'd be a little
eating
messier,
them.
but I'd swim in it.
Like
still
done
eating the
macaroni and
leftover
cheese or dry
macaroni.
macaroni?
Oh, done.
Okay.
I just didn't know
I
what they
want
did.
sauce.
I was like, what is this?
You
I
thought
really-
something would disappear when you pressed it.
And I was like, what is this?
But I think you're
It
a
comes a few days
presser.
later.
I am a presser.
Yeah, because she looked at
Oh,
a
yeah.
keyboard and was like, "Can I press that button right there?" And it was just
Well,
like,
it just looked
"No."
like such a nice keyboard, and the round buttons looked nice and
Yeah, no,
appealing.
it's less fun to type on than it is to want to type on.
I know it looks like I would have fun just putting my fingers all over it.
It's not bad. I'm just gonna get this in one of.
She's gonna try
She
to
wants
grab it. She wants it.
Wait, does it work?
Yeah, it works. This
a-
is actually for the tablet that we use Skype on. That's why I didn't want
Look
you to
at
push
it.
on it. There it is.
Look at it.
It's really cheap too. It's a Logitech something or other.
That's nice.
When you grow up,
keyboard.
you
And they
can
have a lot of
have
different
round
colors.
keys if that's what you want, Giles.
The pink one's usually really cheap if they still sell it.
Oh,
I thought it had a model number, but it doesn't.
I
Okay.
think we need to go.
Yeah, Tanya, I didn't tell you this earlier, but go review and rate us on iTunes.
Yeah, go to
And
Awkward-
Giles, we gave you so many stories.
Yeah, I hope you appreciate this. It was very thorough.
Yeah. Questions are at awkward.email. The store where you go to support us because you love us is at awkwardhuman.shop. awkwardhuman.com/shop. Oh my god.
It's fine. Just
It's
go to
at the URL on your screen right now. awkwardhuman.com/shop. Yeah. And then, there's some other stuff, but I don't even remember.
Go to the website.
Bye, everybody. We'll see you next
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye now. Goodbye.
You have a question, story, comment, or whatever for the Awkward Human Survival Guide? We want to hear it. We read everything we get on the show, censored for your privacy if you wish, and might laugh about your problem because tragedy loves humor, but genuinely want to help you out. If you've got something to share with us, even if you think it's stupid, send it in as anonymously or proudly as you wish. You can do all of that at awkward.email. You just go to http://awkward.email. Oh yeah, and watch the videos on YouTube, youtube.com/awkwardhuman. Hello and welcome to the Awkward Human Survival Guide. This week we're talking about
Darren's memory.
Aging advice.
Good job.
advice
Wow.
for aging. Okay,
Advice
let's
for
just start
aging.
again. Hello and welcome to the Awkward Human Survival Guide. This week we're talking about
Darren's memory.
Advice for aging.
And Christian K-pop. Yeah.
Reason.
we're gonna get it. We'll just get into everybody's drugs today. Okay, so Erica, you make a noise.